Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our webinar this morning. Again, congratulating yourself for getting up and being able to do this live. And also if you're watching the recording, again, well done for putting the time aside to care for yourself and support yourself. So as we know, this week we've been looking at thoughts and emotions. And our mindfulness practice is really important in terms of understanding our thoughts and also understanding that we have a choice whether we engage in thoughts or not. So a Harvard study, I might have mentioned this on Monday, a Harvard study found that we have between 40 and 60,000 thoughts a day, which is overwhelming in itself. But they also found that 75% of those thoughts don't make us happy. And this is the main reason in mindfulness that we really learn to observe our thoughts. A really important realization that we're not our thoughts and we have a choice. We have a choice as to whether we engage. And our mindfulness practice gives us that space to realize that we're thinking and to know that we have that choice. Now, something that I use when I'm teaching about thoughts in my classes and courses is the double arrow Sutra, and we can apply this to thoughts and emotions, and it really demonstrates the relationship between thoughts and emotions as well. So essentially, let's take an example. Perhaps you like a guy, you've had a date with him, or a girl, and you've had a date with them, and the first date went very well, and you have another date planned. You've been really looking forward to this date, and at the last minute they send you a message, not a very long message, but just saying that they're not going to be able to make it this evening. And that's the end of it. So in comes the first arrow, whoosh, and that first arrow is our primary emotion to what's happened. And that emotion could be disappointment, it could be sadness, it could be anger, okay? So our initial primary reaction to what's happened, our emotion there is, whatever it is, disappointment, say. What we tend to do then, the mind will kick in. And we may think things like, oh, why does this always happen to me? What have I said? Who's he with? And whoosh, in comes the second dagger, this secondary emotion, which actually makes us feel even worse than that perfectly natural emotional response to what happened in the first instance. So again, this is a really good example of how becoming aware of those thoughts, we can actually stop that second dagger, and which causes us more pain, more discomfort, more stress, and more suffering. So today in our meditation, we are going to, again, just be bringing awareness to our thoughts. And what I want to invite you to do during this meditation is really smiling at your thoughts. And something that I've found quite useful in my day-to-day life is when I start to feel a bit edgy or a bit anxious, I will draw my attention to what I'm thinking. And often it will be a negative thought, so something quite negative. And what I do is I smile at that thought and I say, oh yes, a negative thought. And then I bring myself back maybe to an anchor, the breath. Or I bring my attention into the body. And again, bringing back some semblance. I don't like the word control in mindfulness, but really just allowing ourselves to come back to be in more balance and letting the thoughts go. And again, in our meditation practice today, just allowing those thoughts to be in the background. We're going to be doing the mindfulness of breathing. So knowing that these thoughts can all be in the background, similar to noise can be in the background, but we can still gently and softly focus our attention on the breath. So that's what we're going to be doing today, the mindfulness of breathing. So I invite you to get into your meditation posture. So if you're in a chair with your feet flat on the ground, hands resting in the lap, we have our active but relaxed spine, bringing intention to our posture, making sure we're comfortable. And if you're sitting on the floor cross-legged, again, having an active but relaxed spine, And we can either lower the gaze to the floor and soften the gaze, or close the eyes altogether. And I'm just going to ring the gong to introduce us into the meditation. And just allowing yourself to relax into your posture, letting go of any tension that you might be holding in the body. We can do that by just resting our awareness on those parts of the body that are drawing our attention. Taking a breath into that body part. If you can't release the tension, see if you can just let it be. Now, bringing our awareness to the sensations of the breath. Noticing where you can feel the breath in the body. Around the nostrils, the mouth. Subtle rise and fall of the chest and the belly. An expansion into the back, the lower back, the upper back. Feeling the expansion of the inhale and the contraction of the exhale. As your mind gets pulled toward a thought, just smiling at the thought, knowing you can just let it be. You're not your thoughts, you don't have to engage in them. And bringing the focus and attention gently, softly, kindly back to the breath. the mind wanders, just noticing the thought, bringing your awareness to it, smiling, and then gently escorting the attention back to the breath, the sensations of the breath in the body. Where is your mind? As the mind wanders, as soon as you become aware that you're thinking, smile at the thought, notice where the mind went, and just let the thought be, let it be there in the background. Sometimes just bringing awareness to the thought, it will just dissipate, it will just dissolve. But if not, knowing we have a choice, we have a choice as to whether we engage or not. We can escort the attention back to the sensations of the inhale and the exhale. A soft and gentle focus. Now we're going to stop paying attention to the breath. Let's just take a couple of deep inhales and exhales. Now I invite you to tune in how you're feeling right now in this moment, without judging, just knowing how you feel right now. It's okay. If you wish, you could place a hand on the chest, on the heart, or on the belly. And just noticing where this feeling is in the body. Could be joy, could be peace, could be tension, tiredness. Giving yourself the space to feel what you feel. And now ask yourself, what do I need to give myself today? How can I support myself today? Now in a moment I'm going to ring the bell. When the sound stops, we'll open our eyes. So that's the end of our meditation and our session today. If anybody has any questions or anything they'd like to share, you can do so through the instant message facility. Otherwise, today I invite you to start to draw attention to those automatic negative thoughts. So they're often generally automatic, these negative thoughts. So just bringing awareness to them throughout today, and generally the dipstick of whether you're having a negative thought is how you're feeling in that moment as well. And as you recognize negative thoughts, being very easy on yourself, it's no big deal, smiling at the thought, and then bringing yourself back to an anchor, which could be sound, it could be your breath, it could be the body. And noticing that relationship between the thoughts and those secondary emotions. The primary emotions are perfectly natural. They're in response to an event that's happening in the here and now. The secondary emotion generally is the one that causes us more pain, but is the one that we can have an impact on by recognizing those automatic negative thoughts, bringing our awareness to them and knowing we can disengage. We don't have to engage in those thoughts. So as there's no comments or questions, wishing you all a lovely day. We have a public holiday here in the Netherlands today. So I will be going to the beach because it's a very sunny day here, and I live just 6 minutes cycle from the beach. So that's what I'll be doing today. But I wish you guys a really nice day, and there's still about 4 sessions left. I think this will be the last one that I have with you. So just let me say I'm so grateful to have been able to have facilitated such an event as this. Oh, I'm getting emotional. But a regular daily practice is something that is going to have such a positive impact on people's lives. And it's been so awesome to work with such amazing teachers from all over the world as well. So wishing you all a great day. And we'll be in touch. There'll be lots more events going on, so we'll be in touch about those as well. So have a great day, and we'll be in touch. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.